On the left is a woman whose husband was killed by the Basque militant separatist group ETA. On the right, a woman whose brother was a member of ETA. He was abducted and killed by paramilitary forces working on behalf of the Spanish state. Now they're friends.
Hola, Mari Carmen. ¿Qué tal, guapa?
They're working together to heal the scars of the past.
Le mataron muy cerquita de donde vivimos nosotros, de un tiro en la nuca. En el primer momento sí sientes esa rabia, indignación, pues un montón de preguntas, ¿por qué? ¿Para qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Quién tiene derecho a quitar la vida de un semejante? Y todas estas preguntas que no tienen respuesta. Solamente por pensar diferente, pues te pasa factura.
En el 83 tuvimos la desagradable noticia de que no estaba, de que había desaparecido, y bueno, esa pesadilla duró demasiado. Los restos aparecieron en el 95, en Alicante. Me guste o no nos guste, era militante de ETA. Y seguramente, si es militante de ETA, pues tiene que ser perseguido, pues le pueden coger, le pueden detener, pues está bien. Pero eso no justifica que puedan hacer con nadie lo que quiera.
The bomb exploded in the underground car park of a crowded supermarket, causing widespread panic amongst shoppers.
The car park, which shares...
In the 70s, 80s and 90s, ETA carried out a series of bombings and shootings.
It's the worst ever attack by ETA, and the fact that it was a wholly civilian target will greatly worry the Spanish authorities.
We have more or less 900 victims of ETA, but at the same time there are more or less 200 victims of the secret services, the police services, or maybe some kind of terrorist organizations connected with the Spanish state.
In many ways, the Basque Country has moved on. This is a relatively prosperous part of Spain, which has weathered the economic crisis better than most. ETA called a ceasefire 2 years ago, and the group is increasingly irrelevant. Many of its members are in prison. But ETA's violent past still casts a shadow over modern politics in Spain.
Asesino! Asesino!
In recent weeks, dozens of convicted members of ETA have been set free from prison. After the European Court of Human Rights decided that a ruling by Spanish judges in 2006 could not be applied retrospectively. The 2006 ruling had been used to keep members of ETA and other serious criminals in jail. Organisations representing many of ETA's victims protested against the ruling in Madrid. But some who have studied and written about the Basque Country and ETA believe it could help the peace process move on.
The Spanish right has to make that noise. It had to try and support its own doctrine. Whether some are secretly glad that in the end that doctrine was thrown out, but not by them, by an independent court somewhere else, I suspect, frankly, that some of them are, but they can't say it publicly.
Some people in the Basque Country are working to slowly reconcile the damage caused in the past. But with ETA so weak, there is little incentive for Spain's current government to enter talks. And publicly, at least, government ministers only talk about destroying what most people in Spain consider a terrorist group. Tom Burridge, BBC News, in the Basque Country.